Yo,
what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy RotoBeast here to present you. I'm here with my boy Jeremy and my boy Chris, and we're here to present you our MLB core plays for Wednesday, August 12th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our videos that we got. I used to always just say MLB, NBA, NFL, but hey, man, we got so much more now. We got NHL out there with Chris. We got NASCAR on the weekends. We have PGA on the weekends. We got a lot more than just the basic sports now. So I got to get away from saying that. Hey, take advantage of our promo that we got. $100 get you all access to all of our sports, all of our content, optimizer, cash lines, everything that we got, man. Make sure to check it out. DFSCheatSheet.com. Use promo code RESTART2020. And hey, man, how you guys doing out there?
Very well.
You, Jay?
it's busy, right? I mean,
Hey,
hockey just talked. Chris is knocking out the hockey. It's real too. It's playoffs. It's not like, I know we got NBA going. The NBA's been a bit of a shit show, but hockey's going. We got the Derek's articles up on the site for PGA. The core plays for that are up. Go check it out. And yeah, it's busy.
Yeah, for sure. Do want to apologize. We did start a little bit later today with our videos. Hey, man, I know a lot of you parents are feeling the same pain. Kids are back to school, at home. We're sitting down. Today's the first day for me, so I kind of had just to figure everything out with the kids and stuff. So apologize for that, but definitely we're here. Hey, yesterday, NBA crushed. MLB crushed. Hey, we've been on absolute fire with these videos, so definitely take advantage. Hey, come win some money with us. So I'm ready to jump into today's core plays if you guys are ready to go.
I will say one thing. NHL cashed in cash lines last night. It should have crushed, but the problem is that there was a little bit of a shit show. Great for hockey with the 5 overtime game, right, Chris?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It postponed the Boston game, so you had to scramble and kind of juggle your lineups around and figure that out. So
it forced you to stack Vegas and Chicago. But if you were on cheat sheet and read hot pucking stacks, Vegas was already in a prime position to begin with, so it wasn't horrible.
It just made our Boston plays have to be Chicago plays that we weren't really on, and that's that. But I mean, in the cash games, you should have been fine. So it's all cylinders over here, man.
Yeah, for sure. So man, let's jump into it. I'm gonna jump in with my cash game line, and then we'll kind of roll through it that way. So I'm gonna start a pitcher, a guy that I'm really liking, coming off a pretty good start against Oakland. He actually had 2 pretty decent starts in a row. Get the matchup against the Giants today. I do like Zach Greinke at 9,800. To be honest with you, when I was thinking about Zach Greinke, he doesn't necessarily – it's not the Zach Greinke from 5 years ago where he gives us a tremendous upside, but I definitely think he gives us a really, really good floor here against the Giants, and that's what we're looking for in cash games is we want that really good floor. I was looking at a guy like Snell as well, but I don't know how many pitches he's really going to pitch, and that's what kind of threw me off with him. So I kind of went the safe route with Zach Greinke. He's a guy that I am really liking today. Like I said, against the Giants, who's a kind of a younger team, not really putting up too many runs. Moving on to the first base spot, a guy I like is coming in at a very fair price tag. We know the pop that he gives us. I'm going Hoskins. Hoskins batting that cleanup spot at 2,900. I'm really liking this Philly team today going against Wade LeBlanc. The lefty, there's a couple Philly guys that we were talking about before we got on this, and definitely you're going to see kind of a trend in this video of some guys that was actually some teams as a whole that we're on. Hoskins is a guy coming in 2,900. I think he's a really, really good cash game play. Next, we're going to move to second base. I'm going to go out there with Tampa Bay. I like some of them Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going with Brandon Lowe, already confirmed in that 2-hole. 3,200, very fair price tag in Boston, a pretty decent hitting park. Look, Brandon Lowe's coming in, swinging a good bat. The guy gives us, he gives us some power upside, a little bit of stolen base upside as well. Hasn't had one on the season, but it's there. I think that it's a very good price tag for him at 3,200. Then I am going to go next. We are going to go to the outfield. I'm going to go to the outfield. I got 2 guys in the outfield. I'm going to go to my pay-up spot for today. I like Aaron Judge. I like these Yankees at home. Going against this guy, honestly, that I've never even really heard of. And I'm not going to say his name just because I already know Jeremy's going to give me a hard time. How do you say it? Yona? Y-N-O-A? How do you say it? Yana? Or how do you say it?
I was looking at pitching really quick, man. So where you at?
Huascar Niona. Start with an N. Niona.
Oh, yeah. How do you pronounce the pitcher for the Yankees? Yana.
You're talking about for Atlanta?
Yeah, it's YNOA.
Yeah, it's way Oscar Yanoa.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I like Aaron Judge against him. I can't even say the guy's name. I've never heard of him. Aaron Judge, one of the best hitters in baseball. He's been on absolute fire to start the season. Just went yard yesterday. Not really chasing that. But, I like these Yankees as a whole today. At home, I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game. So I like Aaron Judge in there at 4,500. And then lastly, I'm going to go to a pay-down spot, get you some value. I like Andrew McCutchen. Hasn't had the best start to the season, but, hey, he's still at the top of the heart of that order. And if Phillies lineup that I expect to put up a bunch of runs today at 2,400. This is a buy low opportunity on the former MVP. So definitely think him and Hoskins are a very fair, kind of cheaper little two-man mini stack to kind of get in there. With the core that I gave you still got about 3,100 to play with. So you got plenty of room to pay up for some good guys, get another value play in there, etc. So just to kind of sum this up for you, got Greinke at pitcher, Hoskins at first base, Brandon Lowe at second base, Aaron Judge and McCutchen rounding us off in the outfield. So that's really where I'm at. I'm going to pass it off to Chris so he can give us his thoughts for today.
Sure. So I'm going to piggyback with what you said. We're all way on Philly tonight. So I'm just backing it up. I love JT Realmuto tonight. Looks to be batting second, 35 on FanDuel, 5,100 on DraftKings. And then my pay up spot, in a fantastic spot. He's going to be chalk all over the board. Bryce Harper, 4K on FanDuel, 5,300 on DraftKings. And then right before we went live, I saw a pitcher that I want to attack. We're like a group of hungry lions. We prey on the weak. Go stack up Mets tonight against Anibal Sanchez, starting for Washington. He's got a 7.84 ERA, 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 base on balls his last time out. It was -2, -5 on FanDuel. 2 bad starts. He's been hit hard. And like I said, they're in New York tonight, and you can stack the first 4 batters for the Mets. Brandon Nimmo in outfield, Jeff McNeil, third base, Pete Alonso at first, and then Michael Conforto in the outfield. Nimmo and McNeil, $2,700 on FanDuel. Alonso is only $3,400 on FanDuel, and then Conforto in the outfield's $2,900. It's almost too good to be true, but I always say let's zig when others zag. Everybody's going to be on like the Phillies and Tampa Bay tonight. I'm stacking Mets. That's all I got, Jeremy.
So you want to talk about Sanchez compared, last season to this season? The guy's ISO numbers: 429 against right-handed bats, 368 against left-handed bats. You talk about the ground ball percentage, only 21.4% to lefties and 18.7 to righties. Fly ball guys are who you want to get in your lineup. You take a look at some of these Mets guys as far as ISO goes. The one guy I think that I would go first with in that stack, which I am going to be stacking them, is Davis, because he does already come into this game with a 214 ISO against right-handed pitching. So Davis is a guy that will be a cornerstone for me in that stack. And Sanchez has been an equal opportunist. It doesn't matter which side of the plate, he's giving it up to both sides. But I do like the comfort of knowing Davis already hitting right-handed pitching extremely well. I have no problem with any of the other guys that you mentioned. And Conforto needs to kind of snap out of it, right? Conforto it's time for him to get hot if this Mets team is going to make a run in a division that is kind of a little bit more competitive and open than we thought it would be. I guess we thought 500 might win this thing. So as far as pitching goes, you want to talk about your boy Yanoa that you're going to stack against. I get it. And I'm not saying that not to do it, but I think in tournaments you can be a little bit contrarian. He did throw 39 pitches in his first start. He's 22 years old. He pitched 2 1/3 innings. It was against Philadelphia. He only had 7 fantasy points, only 1 strikeout, 1 earned run, gave up a hit. But what you look at with this kid, at least me, when I'm trying to figure out if I want to leverage this play or not, is I want to take a look at how he scouted out. The Major League Baseball uses a 50 to 55 point system. His fastball grade's 50 out of 55. The curveball 50 out of 55. The one thing that's not been in his favor is command, where he grades out at a 40 over 50. But it's not like this is just a gas can they're throwing out there. It's a guy that nobody knows about who has no performance. And unfortunately for FanDuel and DraftKings, their algorithm for pricing is somewhat predicated on recent performance and ownership. So that's why he's so, suppressed. It's not to say he can't go out and have a solid start. And we already know going into it that the manager's going to let him go as deep as he can go. So, it's not a pitch limit or anything like that on him. So I kind of can't wait to see this guy throw. He's an exciting prospect. Chris, you love prospects. I'm sure you know more about this guy than I do. But if Coors Phil's on this slate, I'd be using a lot more of him. I used quite a bit of Gio Gonzalez yesterday and almost got lucky until he gave up the home run and ended up coming out of the game. But I like leveraging the low dollar play. So I will have some of him because there are some high price stacks that I want to get after. Mainly, you guys mentioned that Philadelphia and the Yankees, the Yankee stack is a higher price stack. Houston's a little bit higher price stack. The Dodgers are definitely a higher price stack. My favorite stack of the day is Tampa Bay. I just think that, you want to talk about a gas can pitcher, you don't have to look any further than who's going in Boston tonight. Zach Godley is ungodly, right? This guy's been terrible. He's struggled. He's not in Arizona any longer because he struggled. Okay performance against Toronto, striking out 321 fantasy points, but at $7,200, obviously that's not paying off. I think Tampa Bay, who's been pretty hot with the bats, is going to get all over Zach Godley again this one. That's my favorite stack of the day. The last thing I'll say is this. I think that Baltimore is the sneakiest stack of the day, and not just because they put up runs in last night's game and got to Wheeler, but if you take a look at Eflin's numbers, they're not fantastic. When I talk about from an ISO standpoint, he hasn't been terrific. So I think Baltimore is sneaky. Eflin's problem has always been against left-handed bats. There's a ton of switch hitters. There's Santander, who's a switch hitter. You got Ruiz, a left-handed bat. Cisco, Davis, Dwight Smith Jr. is probably one of my favorite one-off plays on this slate. So I think Baltimore is the sneakiest stack on this slate. I think the Dodgers and Rays are the most underrated. And obviously, you guys talked about the chalk, and that's really where I'm at with it.
For sure. Yeah. I think that's really where we're at with this video. One thing I do want to say, and Jeremy, you know me for a long time now, and I'm a pretty good judge of lineups with DFS. I'm about to post the NBA lineup right now, and I'm telling you right now, NBA lineup is fire for today. So make sure both of you guys throw that in a couple contests. It's going to be a good one. Check out the site, DFSCheatSheet.com. And hey, good luck on your guys' contest tonight, right?
Tampa Bay just scored, by the way. The game's finally over.
Oh,